Alright guys, we are here, we made it. This 1+ month ordeal is over today. So a little backstory. I have been contacted by Havoc, a prolific speedrunner and content creator and in general, very cool guy, to ask if we would be interested in helping him out with some sort of speedrunning project that he's been cooking. Now, the first message he sent me was in February. And then in February, I told him, yeah, I'm kind of done with the league. That was last league. But, you know, I asked, what did you have in mind? And his answer came 3 months later. His next message to that, to what do you mean, is ultra fast solo Act10 any percent and Act10 100% Twink run. Figured you might be interested in the crafting part and turn it into some videos for your channel. I'm like, yeah, is that a 3-month reply? Hell yeah, I'm interested. So I was pretty much at the same state in the next league. Like I was pretty much done with this league, Necropolis, but we didn't really have a good end league project in mind. So this was actually perfect timing. So I said yes, and we immediately recruited Bazukatank, who was also feeling kind of bored with the league and was just eager to get into any sort of fun content that we can cook up together. So we turned all of our end league funds into crafting funds for this speedrun. And Havoc has been practicing for months, layouts, testing, everything. And it all accumulated in this run that we're gonna watch today on stream together and commentate over it with Bazooka and try to explain as much as we can about it. We spent about 21 mirrors on the entire thing. That includes some other stuff that didn't end up get used in the run. There is an entire crafting video for that up on my channel. I'll link it somewhere, wherever YouTube puts it. And then, yeah, let's get started. So we're gonna watch the first few minutes. There's some memes, and then we're gonna pause as the run starts, explain some setup stuff, and then get started and watch the whole run in its entirety. So without further ado, let's watch Project Speedrun 55-minute Twink Act10 Kitava. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. It's immune to Roas.
Perfect.
Look at the Brutus skill.
Huge. Like you got double skip.
Double blink arrow skip.
It's actually a triple skip on the next one. I told you. I told you. I told you. I was here.
Oh my god, we actually did it.
Now, after all this, can I finally be left alone?
No. No.
No.
So
I
good.
love the no.
1 day later. 59:30. Few days later. Sub 59.
Yo! No way!
Yo.
No way, dude!
This is all science runs, by the way. No,
Yeah.
none of this is all supposed to
Oh,
happen.
Captain Lance coming in with the Berserker suggestions.
Toasted. Oh no.
Wait, is he doing it? Is he testing out the Berserker angle? That's pretty fast. That's pretty freaking fast.
No.
Alright, so are you guys starting to believe me now a little bit? Are you believing me now a little bit?
He gets stuck behind Enos.
You guys were memeing on me a bunch when I told you Berserker.
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 One run closer to the top of the food
I'm
chain.
sorry, Lance. I'm not sorry, actually.
Helmet upgrade. There is a couple of items that changed since the crafting video. Some of them are shown here. One more tattoo.
Technology.
2% movement speed after unspecking.
Like 3 seconds.
3-second PB.
Yes.
Fix your game, GGG.
Hold on.
I post the other. Okay, do it.
2.
Whoa,
As the
okay.
prey grows more fierce, so must the huntress.
New Anoint. This is insane. 100% onslaught uptime. 58-32.
I must move.
58-05.
But then, look at the face. Minus 127,
2
minus
minutes
230,
ahead, 230 ahead.
270.
Yeah, it's insane pace.
What the fuck happened here?
Okay, I'm a little small. $56.43.
Now, after all this, can I finally be left alone?
No. No. Another jewel. Minus
Another
1
jewel.
mirror. 2 life regen.
That life regen will be
The Fox
explained
Shade
later.
tech. Yep.
I'm finally ready.
And there it is.
This is Project Speedrun.
Now we pause.
Shh,
Collaboration between myself, Empyrean Gaming, and Bazukatank. The plan is simple. Just move fast.
And 3, 2, 1, pause. Alright, we are 12 seconds into the run. And here we'll pause one time to explain some setup stuff, some basics. And then move on and explain things on the run. So, the run starts upon entering coast. Someone asked, what's a Twink run? It's leveling. It's a run that uses leveling gear. So it's not a fresh league start run. It's a giga juiced, insane leveling gear speed run. So because of that, the early beach is skipped, and you can set up completely in town, and then the run starts upon entering the coast. So he can set up his entire inventory perfectly, exactly as he wants, to use all the space efficiently, and then get started. So he's only equipping the essential items because the character is literally too fast. Any inventory management in non-downtime times is a time loss because you get so much speed so early. There is going to be a couple of things that he's doing during most of the run is the 4-second rule. He has to kill things every 4 seconds to trigger his abyssal sockets, which give him movement speed for 4 seconds after killing and critting, I believe, both. Wait.
No, it's on kill
it's on
recently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's okay.
And
Yeah. And the second thing is phasing on kill from unnatural after he equips unnatural. He can equip it early as level 10, but I think he equips it a little later this run. Why isn't he using a quiver? You want to explain that, Bazuka?
yeah, so you can see the inventory is very full, right? If he had a quiver here, which is basically just damage that he doesn't need, later on, whenever he needs to swap gear, that quiver's basically 2 more clicks that he needs to do, right, to put the quiver away. So we might as well just not even have a quiver here and just save the time and save the inventory nightmare. You guys are gonna see it. It's it's a thing. Let's just say that, okay?
So let's go to
We can just start from here, no?
okay.
Just
Pause. Okay, 3:37. 3, 2, 1, go.
A collaboration between myself, Empyrean Gaming, and Bazukatank.
Okay.
The plan is simple. Just move fast.
So the goal of Act 1 is to get to level 28. Now that sounds like an incredibly tall order until you realize that all flames exist. And so he's all flaming every single monster in the mudflats and in a couple of other zones coming up to get insane experience. So he's already level 7, level 8, level 9, level 10 in mudflats. Quicksilvers go on. Mana Force set up later. Blink Arrow, sorry, Flame Dash. He's level 12. He's level 13, once again, in mudflats. Usually you're level 4 here. Or you're trying to hit level 4 for ledge generally in a league start scenario. But that's it. He puts in all the gems. The next goal of ledge is to get to level 24. I'm gonna reduce the in-game volume a little bit. There we go. Okay. The mudflats goal was level 13. And he's entering the ledge. Now, there is more mob types in the ledge, so he has to use more off flames, which is a little time loss, unfortunately. But ledge is a really long zone, so it's worth to do the big XP stuff here. He's specking those points, even though it's downtime. Like I said, it's usually not worth stopping to spec things. You only do things during downtime. But this gain that he's getting here is actually worth it. That's one of the few exceptions. He's also going to spec the Voices socket on the bottom. This, for more movement speed and Tailwind. And Sublime Vision for his haste and wall haste. So he's level 20 in ledge, level 21, I'm sorry. He's level 22 in ledge. And now he has Tailwind, even though he's an unascended ranger. Forbidden Jewels are amazing. He's at Kuduku, level 23. Level 24. The goal for ledge was level 24. He went a little over. That's okay. And then the climb. Climb is decent. There's 4 mob types. And he's set up to hit level 28 in climb is the goal. Unique monsters are not worth killing whatsoever. They basically give no XP. They are terrible. And there it is, he's level 28. Why level 28? Because at level 28 you can equip, actually level 25 you can already equip Fox Shade. And Fox Shade gives you a lot of movement speed while you're full life. This is why life regen is important in some gear pieces. He's specking Fleet-footed and the Projectile Mastery and the Onslaught. Onslaught on kill, I believe there. And Onslaught effect. And...
Yes, it's Onslaught effect, you're right.
Yeah. Now he's gonna just speedrun to Brutus. Now, you will have to pay really close attention to the Brutus skill. Just make sure that you do not blink, okay? Keep blinking right now, save up your blinks, because it's coming up. Oh, there he is, and he's dead. That was Brutus. Most people fight that boss for multiple minutes sometimes. Like TPing up and stuff, you know? You know the deal. Alright, he gets a really nice... Prisoner's Gate layout here. Very good reads. Instantly in the ship graveyard. Remember, he doesn't kill for XP anymore because everything here is so low level compared to him because he over leveled in the ledge and the climb that right now the only reason he's killing is the 4-second rule for his movement speed for Abyssal Jewels and the phasing on kill. Yeah. First downtime coming up in the run. 4 seconds for Mervale phase 1. He has 4 seconds to do some stuff. And then Mervale phase transition is 8 seconds. So he actually has 12 seconds here. He needs to complete 11 actions during those 12 seconds. Gem swap. Ring swap. Praxis goes in. Double Praxis for mana cost. That was the phase 1. And now he's tattooing movement speed onto every dex node that he can. Boom. And he's entering Act 2 in 4 minutes and 48 seconds.
And there you go. And you might notice that
Bazooka.
Yeah, it's plus 2 seconds. It's, oh no, he lost time, but actually he gained time because think about all the time that he spent equipping gear, speccing nodes, and stuff like that. All of that only plus 2 seconds, and now Act 2 is basically just running, nothing but blasting. He has nothing else to do in Act 2. Like, we spent weeks and weeks preparing, planning, doing science, doing other stuff, all for this. Where can we equip the gear? When is the downtime? So we can save a lot of time, and this is just a pure blasting, nothing but blasting happening.
This is the culmination of basically hundreds of hours of testing, crafting, practicing, layouts, trying different builds, all that, like to arrive at this.
And now
run.
you would think, could we just go all the way to 44 here and equip a Mage Blood? And the answer is yes, we could. We did that before, we tested that. But the time that we spent getting to 44 was simply not worth versus the movement speed that we have right now. The character right here, it is fast enough that it's simply not worth to go all the way to 44 and get all that movement speed. You can just finish the Act 2 just really fast, as it is. So
the zones are so fast that just a few Quicksilver flasks that he have is more than enough, and if he just presses them, then you know Mage Blood doesn't really provide much there. So yeah, I would have thought Mage Blood earliest as possible would be the best, and they actually tried that, but it is not the case.
It is just simply not the case. Oh yeah, and you guys remember Weaver? How long does Weaver take for you guys? A lot? Some?
Don't blink.
What about like instantly? What about that? Pretty good, huh? Yeah.
Dying to Weaver on their level of league start. I love it.
Oh yeah, and the
stance switching.
Stances.
Good question.
The stance
Perfect.
switching. Good question. Remember the anoint that he showed at the start of the video? It says it grants you onslaught every time for 4 seconds when you switch stances. So yes, he is switching stances every 4 seconds to keep the onslaught going permanently, and this was huge because we had like onslaught from Q, like just a chance, and that chance was just not consistent enough. But this is just permanent, and this was actually what made Mage Blood at level at Act 2 not worth. Like this change alone, because the movements are just too big.
You also may have missed it a little earlier. The Kraken was helped. One of the few things in the history of PoE probably that Kraken was the bandit help of choice.
Yeah, the Kraken help is not just because of the movement speed, it's because going back to town and talking to Armir also costs like 5-6 seconds, and just clicking help on one of the bandits is just way faster. So it is quite nice that we actually have a bandit that grants us movement speed, but otherwise it was just to save time. And yes, he dings 29 here, which is actually quite decent, because on the Act 3 he's gonna prepare the XP for Docks, I believe, and in Docks he's gonna do the next, it's gonna be just the next level up zone. So getting 29 here was actually pretty good. It's basically just saving us time on the further act. So it's just a level that we don't need to worry about. So yeah, here's just getting ready for the pit stop number 1. That's what we say. It's just gonna dump all the gear very fast on the stash and grab the new gear sets, and of course this fight is not as instant as the other ones, but good enough. And
no going down phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
he's
the
done
big
with
stop
Act
goal.
2.
Grabs just a few more omens, and Act 3 begins with -14. Let's go.
Nice. 14 seconds ahead of his best time. 9 minutes 40. He's doing the Clarissa animation skip. We almost missed it. If you help Clarissa and then you run away, you can skip the animation of her slowly standing up. This is only worth if you have really fast movement speed. And of course he does, so it's worth it for him. So after the second biggest downtime in the entire run, Vol over Soul, 27 seconds, he's in Act 3. He made it into the crematorium. He's to fight Piety here, and we're about to witness. He left a portal at the grate, you might have seen, and equipped a weird gem that he's about to use right now after this fight. He swaps a flask, and then he kills his character to res in town, take the key, go back into his own portal that he left at the grate. This is a multiplayer strategy, but he's doing it single player. He kills himself with a Forbidden Rite gem. This is a death skip, the first of the run. There will be 2 more of this at later acts. Alright, of course he's not doing the side quest here for the extra point. He's just pathing straight to Docks, the next big all-flame level. The goal for Docks is level 38. And He's working on his XP bar. You see, he's slowly killing stuff for the 4-second rule, but he's also working on his XP bar to get it as close to 100% as possible, so that as soon as he enters the zone that he wants to XP in, the Omen, which gives him 100% XP bonus, procs. So here he is at docks, setting up all of the All Flames, and then he has an Omen in his inventory that will proc as soon as he levels and give him 100% XP buff. And now we get some Giga levels in docks. There it is, level 30. So he started at level 29 in docks. Nice, strong box. Ring swap.
Yeah.
And a very nice shrine, which helps the XP here. He gets the speed shrine. That is amazing. He gets the sulfide for the quest. Level 36. Level 37. He really wants to get one more. And there is plenty of mobs here, so he can actually do it. Level 38. He gets even more. Slightly over 38.5. And then he moves on to quest. He's going to hot swap bows from here on out on every big boss for big damage. Otherwise, he's using the level 1 bow with the abyssal socket for the movement speed. And for the bosses, he's gonna use a 900 DPS bow that we crafted. It's a quad implicit, best possible tiers. Actually, it's missing, I think, one tier fire. It's like T5, 5, 6 or something like that. Ellie with 4 implicits. He's gonna be killing the bosses with that. He is not weapon swapping it because that messes up his hotkeys. So he actually keeps that bow in his inventory and swaps it in for the bosses when necessary. Let's see. He has momentum in links so that whenever he's actually stopping and fighting a boss, then he gets a little burst of movement speed after. I think there's a little downtime here, so if there's any questions about what's going on so far, ask away, guys, and we'll try to answer them. The next transition is going to be a Dominus phase transition. There's going to be some downtime there. Quick question, does he have the co-pilot with nose like rally drivers have? A lot of these runs, that was Bazuka. He's with him on Discord. Samir, you're breaking the car, you know the meme? That's him. He's like, oh, you forgot to tattoo this one thing, you forgot to swap this one gem. Here's the rally driver, helper, extraordinaire. I've been there for a few runs, but I'm more of a passive observer. I didn't want to, you know, bother him during the runs, but I think I called out a couple of things here and there. But that's
basically.
Yeah.
Basically, like it's way too much to remember like everything. So whenever I was noticed, fuck, he forgot to equip haste. Like it happened in the climb. Like he equipped haste like way too late. It happens with things like that.
Yeah, like he has to he has to control this character at this insane speed, read the layouts really fast because he like enters them so fast, knowing like where to go. Sometimes you go into a dead end and you lose like 10 seconds, which is a lot in a run like this. So layout RNG is still like one of the biggest parts in the like the success of this run after a certain point when you have like insane gear and insane practice. So you can still lose 20-30 seconds per act on like good versus bad layouts, maybe even more, maybe even 40 seconds per act. So there's still quite some RNG involved.
It's about like 20-25 seconds per act on RNG alone.
He has a really good computer, and of course he's playing on a Canada East. Sometimes he played on Texas. I think he's closer to US East, so he's playing on the East servers. This zone is full of doors, which no matter how fast you are, you have to stop and click and open them. That takes a lot of mouse accuracy. So this one is, you know, he makes it look easy, but, you know, clicking all these doors fast and going in after is not that easy. And finally Horizon Dominus. He's about to spec Jewel Socket for Brutal Restraint for 20% movement speed. He swaps to the damage bow. And then Dominus phase transition. It's 15-second downtime. He's gonna use that to tattoo some more movement speed and add his brutal restraint. He has the points for it. He's specking it. And then he specs that. So I think it's also movement speed. Oh yeah, that's the movement speed, yeah. Moves his omens, he puts in Calling Strike. He swapped Inspiration, I think, to his gems as well. He's tattooing the movement speed. And Dominus is ready to be killed. Post swap. And he made it to Act 4. 16 minute, 36 second Aqueduct. Bazooka?
4 seconds saved, yes. So, to put it in contrast, like, he had all the points from docks, right? He had like 8 extra points from docks. And he waited until now, basically, to spec all those points. The difference between specking the points there and what happened in Act 1, that he got the points and instantly got it, is he gets to use the movement speed for the entire Act 2 and mid Act 3. He specs stuff on Act 1, but now in Act 3 the difference is just 5, yeah, it's 5 instances or zones, so it's just not worth to stop and get like 40, yeah, it's 40 movement speed that he gained on the last one, so that's why he doesn't stop. And now, same thing that happened in Act 1, Act 3 you got all the levels, all the movement speeds. So in Act 4 you have basically just blasting to do. Here, like, this is not normal. He wouldn't stop for this normally, but because that ghost was in the way, he can just grab it, talk to Tasuni, and it takes like 3 seconds to talk to Tasuni, and those 3 seconds is basically one last level that he needs to do later, so it's actually just saving time. So instead of finishing the run at level 52 or 53, it's -1 level, which is saving time basically.
What did he just do here? The blink arrow skip.
Yes, the blink arrow skip.
Yep.
It was so fast, like he just missed like, everything. It's too fast, man.
It's too fast.
It
So
happens.
there's these cages where you get locked for like a 30-second combat, but if you blink arrow to a certain spot, you can skip the event from happening. If you blink arrow to like the middle side and then the end, then the entire event is skipped. You can do it on that zone.
I believe there's videos explaining all
Yeah.
of those skips, by the way.
Okay.
I wouldn't do this in the league start. I always get the XP
No,
there.
it's a good XP zone when you're actually playing the game normally. So, it's a bunch of bloom up spawns, so.
Here's just checking the tree, see if everything is correct. He noted that he's missing a tattoo here, I believe. That's what he's looking for.
This is the unnatural one.
Yeah, it's just the unnatural one, I believe. He's gonna get it later. So there's no way to phase skip that is so, but it is what it is. And now, coming up next, it's another very famous area for a very famous skip that we already saw in the intro, and we're just looking for it. Is it here? Is it gonna happen now? Maybe. Oh, there you go. The zoom in. Boom, one shot. G-noobs. Pretty good. Now also here. Also a nice
Very
skip.
nice pathing.
It saves quite a long time, honestly. And all this time he's just spamming Q, swapping stances to get the onslaught going. It's quite insane actually. Bomb just falls off. GG. I will 100% use that. Good luck. That thing is actually way harder than it looks, man. Like the fact that he can do it every time, one try, one shot, is quite impressive, honestly.
That zone read was insane. I would have just kept going straight for sure. The fact that he knew to turn left there, that was very impressive.
Okay, so more blasting going, and this axe is actually quite fast now because, you know, not only all the movement skills, just because we actually have nothing to worry about. Usually we would XP in Darissa, but because of the new strats, we can completely skipping XP in this act and just You're gonna see the
Look at
time
this.
save is
Look at this here. This
quite
is like
big. Yeah.
the first downtime in the run where he doesn't have to
Yeah.
do anything. He's
Look
actually,
at
for the
this
first time in 21 minutes, he's sitting there
Look at the
and
movement.
waiting.
Boom, boom. Did you see it?
Oh my god, this
Crazy.
pattern is so good. And again, it's faster to go back here. I always go all the way around.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
The character now, the character is so fast that it's simply not worth to open a portal and click the waypoints. The load screen takes too long.
Yeah. But there is a door in the way. But he defeated it.
No doors. Oh yeah, and he removes the gem there to do
Here's the
to attempt a
important
phase
part.
skip, basically. Oh yeah, and the
That is so
2%
vibe,
movement
man.
with that. Yeah.
He tattoos that one point, which only activates with unnatural, and then unspecs it so that it activates with unnatural. 2% movement speed. Almost dies here.
At what point he'd start taking damage? He just is. Oh, damage? What damage? Movement speed. Unlucky. Never mind. What is
Never
damage? What
mind.
is damage? Movement speed, bro.
You just unspec some damage for more movement speed.
And yes, if you have enough damage, you can do this. Just kill the hearts and him at the same time. And there you go. Look at the time: 22, 48,
But
49.
oops,
Oh yeah, that
little,
happens.
little mistake
Little
there.
mistake, yeah.
And here's the extra
And the-
2 seconds
and
to
the
Sumi for the book.
Good.
Saves a
Then they're
little
walking.
later.
I
But that was
don't know how to do
beautiful
that
when
one.
they were walking. Yeah, I can't do it.
Level 40 on here is actually great. It's
This here, he actually
2 levels
skips
over.
the
Yeah.
that skips the bridge. That's crazy. I didn't even know you could do that until I watched these runs.
And
I
look at
always go
this,
through the
look at
bridge.
Time save minus 39.8.
Beautiful progress here.
Okay, take it over. MP.
This would be the time I fight Brutus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's in Act 5 almost. Alright. He's waiting for the ladder skip, and then the final pit stop in Act 5. He's dumping the stuff he doesn't need, and he picks up everything else that he will use for the rest of the run. Gloves, helm, enhanced 3 for 45, flasks for Mage Blood, and the next goal is Chamber of Innocence, level 50. And then it's gonna be an insane Innocence fight. That fight is the longest downtime fight in the entire game for everyone, no matter how fast you are. So it only makes sense to do the most amount of swaps during that, because you're just stuck there fighting anyway. So he set it up so that that's where he's gonna do all the swaps. And Chamber of Innocence is the best XP zone in the entire campaign, basically. It's incredibly dense, long, so it makes perfect sense to do the last XP push
No
there.
doors?
He got
No
really
doors?
lucky with doors in this zone. He only got one at the start and then none later on. And there he is, entering Chamber of Innocence at 24 minutes and 48 seconds. Only 3 mob types, fully all flamed, and it's time to pop off in XP. Level 42, 43. Lots of blue packs on the sides. 44. Mage Blood could be equipped anytime now, but he doesn't need to hurry. He can just do all the swaps on the boss. 46. Essence Mob is not worth opening. Look at this Innocence. 48. 49. And he actually gets a little extra here. The goal is 50. He could go to the boss right now at 50, but he goes down and gets some extra XP here because this zone is just so good with the all flame. So he gets a few bars in a few seconds. And now the longest boss fight. Actually, Kitava might be longer, I'm not sure, but one of the longest boss fights. Mage Blood goes on, and it's time for the flasks. This is a 14% movement speed implicit, so a perfectly rolled 12% implicit Mage Blood, catalyzed with Speed Catalyst, so it's 14% movement speed. And the flasks are movement speed, attack speed, resist, bleed immunity, and chill immunity. He specs Farsight for prot speed and Farsight for the prot speed bow damage mastery. He swaps in Focused Ballista. He swaps, once he has the stats, he swaps in new gloves. And from here on out, he's gonna use the new bow, the phase run automation. There is the bow that he's been having in his offhand the entire run, so his hotkeys don't get messed up. And now he can weapon swap from the phase run bow to the damage bow with actual weapon swap, instead of hot swapping from the inventory every time. So now he has enough stats from the bow. He puts in the new helm, the new gloves, the new chest, which is not a Queen of the Forest. They are just skin transfers so that he can differentiate them. Both of those chests are Fox Shades. They just have different gems, pre-prepared, pre-qualityed, pre-leveled to the appropriate levels. Highwayman goes on, which has a mana on hit corruption. It's insane for mana sustain. And Innocence is finally dead. At 2730, he's ready to pop off with the final setup. So the bow has a very interesting setup. It has phase run and withering step on it with automation support. Now, if you wanted to use these two gems manually, they would put each other on cooldown. However, if you link them to automation, you can use both of them at the same time. So he can phase run and withering step, which gives him elusive for insane speed. And they don't actually put each other on cooldown. They both work. So that is big technology. He gets the staff. And it's time for an Act 5 Kitava very soon. He's here. Hey, Havoc. Look at that. He's just phase running. Very nice linear zone here. He got a very similar one actually later on for the Act 10 one. A little bit of inventory management, some downtime. Also just climbing up. Final check on the tree. Everything seems to be in order. I think next he's gonna spec Primeval Force probably, and then Inversion Mastery later. Double checking the gems. Heart instantly melts. That is not a Rot Gut, it's just a different Quicksilver so he can differentiate them. It's just a skin transfer. He's not using a Rot Gut. He's not using a unique flask. It is a regular Quicksilver. Just so that he knows which one is the later one, which one to put on the Mage Blood swap. It's a perfectly, 7% effect, perfect Quicksilver.
To the time, to the pace.
Yeah. There it is. There's a little downtime here, but it's basically a half an hour Act 5 Kitava on a not an Act 5 run. So this is once again not a run that's trying to min-max for Act 5 Kitava, but he gets an Act 5 Kitava in 30 minutes and 5 seconds.
But it cannot be extinguished.
And he's set up to go to Act 10. He doesn't need to do anything else, just cruise. So Act 6, take it away, Bazuka.
And then now the build is complete. There is very few things for him to do. He's just gonna fix the XP here on the next zone real quick so he can have all the damage and all the movement speed at the same time, so he doesn't need to respec the movement speed for damage and bosses. So he's just gonna fix the XP real quick. He only needs 1 level, I believe. Yes.
1 is the goal for Inverted Mastery.
Yes, because now he only gonna need 1 extra skill point from Aramir in Act 7, I believe. And there you go, he's gonna have everything.
When I do this in chamber, Evan's asking, he full cleared chamber. There was basically nothing else to get there. I think he killed everything. He even went down after the final, you know, the blue room pack. He even went down and killed everything there, and it was not enough. So he had to fix
Evan,
somewhere.
He does this. It was a choice between doing this and killing the white beast in Act 7, and this was the choice.
And he even got lucky with the +1 skill point on the way with in the mines. So he could have had to kill even more here. Not that much more, like half level there with all flames is fine. It's like 10 seconds, but getting the skill point on the way in like 5 seconds and talking to the Sunni, that was better. So.
Yeah, that leveling up there was not planned, by the way. It was just improvised that we needed to do, which was happened in basically every run that we did. Because the XP is never static. It's always changing because all flame has the pack, the 1 to 3 or 2 to 7.
Size,
so
zone density, layout. There's a lot of
it's,
things that influence it.
So here, for example, we discover like an insane skip on this boss. Like we can skip Brutus doing those 3 slams. We just insta dies and insta goes away. And same for Shavs. But sadly, the RNG gods didn't smile on us on this one. But yeah, this is basically the worst case scenario fight that we actually have to do the entire fight. But it's still very fast, and the time losses basically within the calculations. And now look at the zone, it is actually so good. It was so fast and so short. So the movement speed number, assuming everything is up and we have maximum elusive effect, is about 658, 59, something like that. And no, leap slamming it's not faster, no matter how much attack speed. Because think about it, imagine you having to control
this
leap
forest.
slamming,
dodging all of those trees. Good luck
all
with
of those
that.
trees. Like imagine leap slamming here, like the amount of brain power that you need to, you know. But versus running, that you actually don't need to use your brain. Does not cost mana, by the way. Running does not cost mana. That's a big deal. And you just use your eyes just to read the layout. Like running is just so OP. It's kind of crazy. So right here is the best thing in the game. Having to wait to do this kind of thing, and now he's just gonna double check his tree. He got the mana leech. The mana leech is kind of important, honestly, because the mana is not perfect. Sadly, it was impossible to figure out. It is what it is. So if you guys have questions, like now is the time. Yeah, everyone hates the zone. No people running on. Leap stunning on paper is faster. Yes, if we had tasks, you'd not be leap slam, would be lightning warp actually, because lightning warp goes further than leap slam, and you can scale cast speed
more cast speed than attack speed.
Yes. And it's all on Ranger, by the way, because action speed is giga OP, and Tailwind is just the best way to get action speed. Every other class only have access to action speed via Sublime Vision Haste, which grants 10% action speed. Just insanely good. So Ranger is just the best class for speedrunning anything actually, attacks or caster. And we're gonna see caster run later because it's kind of fun to do, but you know. Running now requires 20 meters, no, 21 meters. -1 meter on that jewel. By the way, that chest, that 1 meter that we spent on the jewel was only equipped for less than 5 minutes. Just saying.
Worth. Okay, you missed the beacon skip.
Oh yeah, the beacon skip. Yes, it's the exact same skip as the. But it's a skip on Act 3. Like basically, you click the thing, you go off screen, and you force spawn the
Wayland
guy
down there.
The Wayland,
Yep.
yes, and then the Wayland spawns before the boats, and it only works because you have enough movement speed. I don't think you can do this on your normal character. Maybe if you have like with Blink Arrow, maybe you can do it, and if you're fast enough. But it is very hard to do on a normal character. But here we have like a lot of movement speed, so it's definitely the play. It saves like 5 or 6 seconds, yes. No, Smoke Mine can't do it. We tried Smoke Mine a lot to save time there. Like, we tried Smoke Mine and what's the time thing with Temporal Chains?
Temporal Rift.
Temporal Rift, yes, we tried Temporal Rift too. You need to be like, there's some line of sight thing. It just doesn't work. So we tried, but it just doesn't work. Sadly.
Thank you.
It is what it is.
I turned off alerts for the run, of course.
Okay, unlucky. So, boss fight is very long, unlucky, but it is what it is. And we lost 3 seconds because of that. Because of layouts, honestly. It is what it is. Oh no, it was not layouts, it was the boss fight. We didn't skip. So that was the time loss.
Alright,
Still
made it to
very big.
Act 7. Oh, this zone. In the next patch, if you walk past this waypoint, you're gonna activate it. I always forget to pick this up and I have to path back from town every time when I run X7 in my campaign runs. Alright, there's not much skips here. It's just a lot of layout reading and nice execution. There'll be one tiny skip to Blink Arrow over the secret passage. So we can have some chat questions here. So if anyone has any questions, put them in chat. We'll try to answer them. He can definitely get hit by stuff. Mobs, you know, he's going way too fast, so mobs generally just don't have time to react to him being there. But if he gets stuck, he blink arrows in the middle of a pack, he can definitely die. And, you know, if you're not taking waypoints, which he's usually not, except this one here, the run is basically over. You're back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zones, back to the town of the current act that you're in. So he grabs the map, he goes into the Maligaro fight. This has a lot of downtime, can't really skip anything in there. You just have to fight the boss. There's a lot of chaos damage involved. But he has pretty good damage, so I think he'll be fine. Puts in a portal just on the off chance that he dies. He will spawn outside here, so it's not that big a time loss if you die here. But of course, it's a time loss nonetheless. How much does each attempt cost? It's basically the All-Flame cost, which the problem is you can't just do infinite of these runs, because those All-Flames are not really available. They are low-level, specific level All-Flames. Look at this Vanderwalk. Takes the key right here next to the entrance. Insane.
Yeah, basically, there are so few All-Flames in the market that I have
blink
to
arrow. Sorry,
PM people with no price and just offer them 1 div each. I was basically buying the low-level All-Flames, like level 5, level 6, level 12 for 1 div each. And he uses like about like 20 to 30 All-Flames per run. And then the Omens is basically buying in bulk. So
Yeah, Omens is easy.
Half of div each, maybe sometimes more, maybe sometimes less, it depends on
I think I bought like 10, 12 inventories of Omens over the course of a few weeks.
Yeah, we
and he went through all of them. Like he's basically out of Omens every couple of days. So yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like 40 to 50 divines per run per attempt.
Yeah. You still need low-level XP All-Flames? No. I think he's done with the All-Flame runs. Feel free to correct me, Havoc, in chat if you actually do. I'm sure people can actually farm these if it's lucrative and they're still playing the league. But which Omens? He's using the Omen of Brilliance, which is 100% XP upon leveling up for the current zone where the Omen procced. So you want to kind of line up where you're like high XP, like 90%, and then you enter the next zone, kill something, instantly level up, Omen procs, and you're covered for the whole zone. Alright, Firefly action. He gets pretty unlucky with the Firefly spawns here. He misses the last one, I believe. He needs to collect 7 Fireflies. This zone is very RNG. He gets, I think, 5 and 6 here, and then The last one is just under there, but you can't know that. It could be anywhere. So he's discovering like the whole zone. Looking for the last one. He connects. It's not there. It's all the way. It was right down here. Pretty unlucky. But it's like a 10-second time loss. Not the end of the world. Especially considering that he's 1 minute ahead of his current PB. So the run continues. Just some spider pathing here. So if you look at the time here, it's about to be like 42 minutes. So to do a sub 1 hour run, right, he needs to do 3 acts in 19 minutes. Or 18 minutes. Even less, because he's not at the boss yet. One more zone.
GGG, where's my door opening mastery? GGG.
So
we have
many doors.
Chest opening master on caster. Can you have attack? Door opening master.
Can we have a movement? If you have enough movement speed, the doors just open. You just glide through them.
Yeah, you become Juggernaut.
Yeah. Alright, Silk gets eaten by the spider. He gets Primeval Force. 1 more point to the Inversion Mastery.
Huge melee buff, yeah. Exactly 1k HP, yes.
And there it is. 42,
Well
38. 1 minute 18 second ahead. So you remember how bad the spider, the Firefly zone was? He still gained 18 seconds from his previous PB during that act. That's how good of a pace he's on right now. He's entering Act 8 town at under 43 minutes. And now it's your turn.
50-50. Do you go left or right, chat? Sadly, lost the 50-50. Unlucky. Run is over. Go next. Anyway, so on this act, we're gonna have 1 more death skip. Do you remember the death skip from Act 3? It's gonna happen again. Where do you think it is? It actually saves an insane amount of time from doing things normally. And this one, you guys can do it for yourselves. So keep your eye out. It's gonna happen.
The surfboard is an MTX. It's from a supporter pack from last league. I believe it's still available in the store. It's not in a mystery box. You can just get that. Oh,
of course,
knows.
Evan already knows.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna do this next league. Honestly, I'm gonna have like a huge movement speed character and carry people through acts because it's actually quite fun.
Okay.
Which reminds me, when are you gonna do your run?
I don't know about that. TBD.
Because I did mine already, and it was not with all the gear that we have right now, but with the previous gear, I actually beat the old world record from Tai Killer. I managed to hit a 1 hour 18,
Yeah.
sorry. The world record was 1 hour 24. That's pretty good. 3 months later, we'll see. It's gonna happen, guys. I'm sure of it. Oh, this layout was a decent read. We
Yeah,
didn't get
there is a
stuck for
lot
too
of
long.
possible backtracking on this layout, and he actually only got some short dead ends like that instead of like entire half sections. Very nice. He drops a portal there. I think that's just a safety.
Yeah, it was just safety because this
zone is scary.
This zone is actually quite scary because he can potentially miss a blink or a dash, and he doesn't have phase run anymore, and he only has 1k HP, and he can die if he gets unlucky. Oh, don't blink, guys. Don't blink or you miss it. Keep your eye out. Boop. Did you see it? Did you see it? Every time, like, we're doing runs, like me and I'm on Discord, and I look, wait, did you forget to place a portal? And this, no, it just happens, and you didn't even see it. Like it's there for
so
like
fast.
2 frames. It's
So
so
this
fast.
league or this patch, they added a button to portal, It's the last button on your keybinds. If you scroll down to the very bottom, you can keybind your portal scroll in your inventory. Not a portal gem, the portal scroll. If you have a portal scroll in your inventory and you press that keybind, it opens a portal without you having to open your inventory and click it. Very nice feature.
Look at this layout. So this layout was actually so good.
Damn, perfect.
Boom.
Perfect, man.
And now, Sun Orb and oh, what's that? Wait, what
He
does he
died,
die?
guys.
Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, he's right back at the boss.
There you go. GG, the technology.
So bad.
So bad.
Nope. It's perfect.
Hardcore.
That's,
by
the
the way.
second death skip of the run. There is only one
Was
more.
that on purpose? What do you think?
Why do you think he put a portal there earlier?
Oh my god, what the fuck, man? GG noob.
Alright, look at this. Look at this straight BA. One cross at the start, and then one cross at the end, and then one more back.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And he's in town. What an amazing BA. I can't believe Havoc makes such a big mistake. That is definitely not a hardcore viable angle. Alright, Act 9, 47 minutes. So yeah, all flames are a very limited resource, so he couldn't just do infinite runs. So these runs were very limited. Every part had to be practiced, and you can no longer D-level. So if you want to practice a particular zone over and over again, you can just layout practice and, you know, look at the layout and run it. But if you want to kill and practice, like, okay, I want to spec this here, I want to spec this here, you can't D-level anymore. So you actually just have to do full runs and over-level and just time certain segments and compare them against each other to see where you can save the most time. And Havoc has done a lot of that over the last few weeks or months even. So
It was 1 month, yeah.
yeah. Why did they get rid of D-leveling? It's because of heist. So people were D-level heisting because you can buy some low-tier heist contracts when you like finish the campaign, that level range, and then people would just run those contracts and then D-level themselves and then keep running those cheap contracts that you can buy from the vendor. And that was they didn't like that, so they deleted the D-leveling book recipe. So here he's arriving at one of the more dangerous leftover zones in the run. It didn't spawn up there. It spawned down here, the refinery. This place has some discharging mobs that just flicker strike onto you and they can blow you up. He can just literally get one-shotted in this zone if he presses a wrong blink arrow. Gets the boss, TP's out, back to the quarry, burns the long, and into the belly of the beast. Coming up on Shavs, it's another pretty dangerous boss. Out of the 3, Shavs is the most dangerous. He has to do the 3 mini-bosses before he does the final boss of Act 9. Rotting core. I think he starts with with Shav, right? No, it's Doidri first, okay.
To charge the Valorant.
So this is a new zone, but all of these 3 mini zones share the same zone. So he can charge his Val Rain of Arrows by killing us a little bit on the way here. And then he goes up to Shavs. To Shav. With Valroa charged. Pops it. Boss falls over. Very good. And now Maligaro. Little janky layout here. Cannot skip these phases, unfortunately. He will do the images, but it's not too bad. And then the final boss of Act 9. You can skip both of the phases, but it's really hard. Not consistent. But skipping one of them is already really good. So, you know, he goes away and spawns some scorpions. He actually dies here, but the boss already went away, so he actually didn't lose any time with that death. That's the first unintentional death of the run. The scorpions come, the boss comes back, and he manages to kill it before he spawns the second round of scorpions. So I actually got the skip. He waypoints to Act 10 and begins the final act of the campaign at 51 minutes.
And here we go. And don't panic at the time loss, guys. It is like we said before. There is insane amount of RNG on these layouts. We actually got before some such crazy times on this Act 8 and Act 9 that losing like 5 to 10 seconds here is actually still pretty good. And in this act, oh, what was that? A portal. You know what's gonna happen. Another one is the last one actually. So it is still pretty good. And again, doors on GG, please, man, the doors. Do you feel it? Oh wait, doors? Wait, doors? Where the doors at?
Look at this. This
No
is what we
doors.
mean about layout RNG. He
doors.
could have had like 7 doors
Yes.
here, and he only got 1 at the start. Same as in Act
You got
5.
like 2 at the start, 0 doors, man. The
Yeah.
doorless. The
Doorless.
man. GG noobs. Crazy. So we had like stuff like this happen on Act 9 and Act 8, and this is why the time loss, because the PBs on those acts are like just crazy.
Any percent.
And here we go. This boss actually has some DR. It's we learned that during testing, and what? Wait, what? He dies.
And so
Why?
did this time.
He
I
converts
you know why.
Innocence instantly, and he's back where he needs to be. That is third and final death skip with Forbidden Right.
He basically
Otherwise-
just saves the time of clicking the waypoints. Now,
Yeah.
there's one more big skip here that he can get, depending on luck on the layout. Is he gonna get it? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't. No luck this time. He has to run all the way through. You see that loop right there? He could have just skipped that loop with a good layout, but he actually just got a big layout. So lucky on the no door zone, unlucky there. And now it is final.
Look at that
Final
beautiful
way.
straight line.
Beautiful
So
straight line.
satisfying.
No getting stuck on the golden ass of innocence.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
My mana is
And look at
Yeah,
the time,
slam.
53:34. Just watch the time. Okay, unspec movement speed for mana sustain. Even more mana sustain. He doesn't need the movement speed anymore, so just to put the Traxxas back. And now the final RNG here is just Kitava attacks RNG, and he actually gonna get decent RNG on the attacks. Not the fire breathing attack, which is way
That is the
longer than the
longest.
other ones.
Mhm.
Yep. 54. Come on. Faster. Good RNG again. And this is the faster fire breathing attack. Not the best, but not the worst. Then now the hard. 46, 47.
There's the slash dance. And now he's just waiting for the animations. And in 5 seconds.
It's close. 55.
55. 0-0.
now. After
5
all
minutes
this,
faster than sub
can I
hour run.
finally be left alone?
Now after all this.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe she can be
Yeah,
left
everyone,
alone.
thanks for watching, and thanks to Bazukatank and Imperium for being amazing to work with. I hope everyone enjoyed the speedrun. I know I definitely did, so you can expect a couple more videos in the near future with other movement skills such as Leap Slam or Lightning Warp. In theory, we could have chosen one of those skills for the fastest run, but the issue with skills like Leap Slam is that it's just too easy to get stuck while moving that fast. Also, on the topic of things that slow you down, doors. Why do they even exist? Why? Anyways, thanks again for watching, and as always, have a great day, Exiles. Bye.
There it is, guys.
There he is.
Here is the video, linking in chat. If this is on YouTube, link in the description. Watch it, like it, subscribe to Havoc. Amazing guy, amazing speedrunner, amazing run. What a treat to watch these together. Oh my god, that was an awesome run. That was an awesome project to be part of. Thank you for joining Bazooka. Thanks for inviting us along, Havoc. Hopefully we could meaningfully contribute to the speed. That was really fun. GG's.
We should interview him now. Wait, where is he?
Should we? Live
we?
interview.
Live interview, yeah.
Is he available? Do you wanna answer some chat questions, Havoc? How much is the sum of best segments? That was the first one.
That question.
Oh, never mind. He's
screen.
here. The man of the hour. What's up, Havoc?
I think that was on the screen actually. If you go back to Kitava, it might be.
Okay. 5208.
There you go.
That is
There
it.
you go.
That is the. So if every single segment was individually timed over weeks and weeks of best runs, that is the sum of best segments. Is 52
Yes.
minutes. That is like
Missing the nuance of like doing different strategies in different parts.
yeah. Yeah, so it's
That's
basically the best layout RNG on every single layout is 52 and the best possible setup for that zone.
Yeah, and
No doors.
swapping,
No
doors. And swapping builds too, right? Is
Yeah,
it like
this
outside,
includes, I guess,
outside?
some leapsland rounds and other stuff
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So like some layouts that are completely straight and, you know, zero chance to get stuck on, like maybe a BA or maybe some open forest with no trees, where leap slam is a little better.
Some skips working, like that Act 6 skip. We spent like how many hours? I want to say like between
we
6 and 9
spent
hours running Act
We
6
spent
and Brutus and
days.
Chav.
Yeah, we spent
Just, like,
days trying to figure that out.
Standing in different spots in the boss room. So Brutus would like do that chain travel, I guess it's chain hook ability to us, and then triple slam. And then if we were standing in the right spot, I believe he would like try to target outside the arena, but because he can't, he would then disappear and switch immediately to Chav after the first slam.
Yeah, and
there's,
that's like a
couple
10,
spots where that
15
works.
second skip or even more, like, because you skip both the Brutus phase and the Chev only phase, right? They just
Exactly,
immediately go
exactly.
into each other. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But
I think
we
you
kind of
can-
included this RNG though. It's a little bit
Yeah.
RNG. The spot you saw in the video was like kind of like the more consistent spot, and like you can use like the blinker clones and like the artillery ballista to like do something. I can't really. I don't even know if I understand it myself, but like it just seems to work that way. So
Yeah. He will have VODs. He has a second channel. I'll link that also in the description if this is on YouTube, where he uploads like other runs or like, you know, not his main world record stuff. And I think it's Havoc 616 VODs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's this channel. So if you want to follow up with those runs, subscribe there. What is your favorite pizza topping? Very important question here.
well, I'm gonna make some enemies right now, but I like pineapple on pizza. It's good.
Ooh, the big one. Okay.
I'm also gonna make some friends too, so it works out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plans on beating this next league.
I mean, if there's a big jump and you guys are down, why not?
Yeah, it always comes down to whatever crazy shit GGG cooks up in the new league mechanic. So
Exactly.
we'll keep an eye out for that. How many mouses were hurt while practicing? How's the mouse game going?
I actually bought a new mouse for this project. My last mouse, the clicks did break. I think it was like a G703, and then I bought the mouse you use, MP, as your recommendation. I think it was a Superlight 2.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's been amazing.
Not sponsored,
actually.
guys. This is like a
Yeah, this is not
23
sponsored, but-
grams or something. It's so light,
Yeah.
like you can just like move it so easily. I really like this mouse for long sessions.
Yeah. Like I literally started using it. It's like, wow, this is like, why haven't I been using this earlier? Like my
Yeah.
gaming skills upgraded. It was like buying a gaming chair. you know?
Hell yeah. How unreasonable are the resource gatherings, the all flames for the campaign to force a faster run? I mean, he's done with the runs at this point, right? So
Yeah.
he's gonna do other stuff, like he's gonna do different runs for fun and science, but the market is pretty dead. So unless
Market
you
is
like
dead, yeah.
ask people to farm them for you for a giant overprice or whatever, it's like really hard to buy them. Do you still do fasted cycling? And are you fasted while playing PoE? Workout stuff.
The most interesting tidbit related to that is I've actually been doing a lot of walking on like a walking pad while playing PoE.
Okay.
Anywhere between like a couple hours and like couple times. I think I've done a couple hundred pushes in the past couple months, which is like 12 hours in a row, kind of just like walking and playing. It was kind of fun.
Nice. Do you think this project made you better at reading layouts?
Oh, definitely, for sure, 100%. That and I had to like every time we'd upgrade the movement speed of the character, it was like I knew this layout, now I don't. Like I just couldn't read it that fast.
You have,
like,
you have 5 seconds less to read it now.
Exactly. It went a lot from like, okay, thinking is banned, just intuitive brain, like come online, let's go.
How do you practice organizing your inventory for speedrunning?
That's a hard question to answer generally.
We called it loading the gun, I think, or you guys called it loading the pistol, or reassembling the pistol. It's like taking it apart again, because right when you just do a random SSF practice run, you just go and you do the run, and then the run is over, you delete your character, you make another one. Here you have 20 meters of gear that you have to like painstakingly put away and put into the right spots, because if you accidentally delete it, it's like hours and hours of crafting per item to like
so I can answer both sides. Like the general side is like when you're generally playing, you have like a spot where you're gonna like have items you keep, usually on the right side, I think for me. You have your town portal spots and like you have your spot where items you're gonna vendor, that type of thing. For this one in particular, it's like a little bit trial and error. You kind of have like the 24 swap gear and the 44 swap gear like in their spots, and then you kind of just have to do a lot of testing in various runs. Like you want the right gems and the flasks very close to like where they need to go, right? So like obviously Quicksilver flasks under their slots, Mirage Archer near the chest, Mana Forge arrow support near the bow, and just like you just gotta like take your time and plan it out. So that's like step one. A lot of screenshot analysis, just like seeing what worked well, what didn't. And then afterwards, at the very end, when we were really optimizing the stashing, it was taking a screenshot of the mouse positioning when going in a load screen to know where to put my mouse, so then I can click on the stash. And then we practiced the stash there, so the items would basically go top left, and they would not interfere with any of the swap items, right? Sometimes they would get mixed up, and when that happened, we would like sometimes forget to take something out on the run because like you're trying to go so fast and stuff like that. That is tragic
when you're missing an item.
So you saw like portal scrolls there and like omens. They're kind of like the shield away, So the items we stashed would go into a certain spot, and we wouldn't even have to like think about it, right? Then I just like did that for like a bit and got good.
Is there a speedrun board besides speedrun.com? And if yes, are there different categories? Now this one I don't actually know. Do you know speedrun.com stuff?
I believe most PoE players use speedrun.com. I can't really say it's the most active. It has like its periods, right? It has like a million categories. I think the most popular ones right now or the most popular one is probably Acton 100%, because that is the most applicable to the wide, to more players in like a League Star context. People really, appreciate League Star context type runs for sure.
Is there anything that existed in previous leagues that you would have liked to use? That's a good one.
I mean, I think it makes you run faster. That's the easy question. Easy answer. I mean, more damage, that was good too. There's some insane delve items, if I recall.
Recombinators?
Oh yeah, true.
That's what I was gonna say. I think recombinators would have made some items better. And I think one more thing, Bazooka, lock double corrupting could have improved, I think, the main bow and maybe something else. Because now you can only lock corrupt things. In Total League, you could lock double corrupt and actually see the outcome of the double corrupt, and you just sit there
Scourge
in the temple. Scourge trees. Oh,
Yes,
good
Scourge
point.
tree.
Yes.
Faster 7 league steps.
It'll actually be insane.
Yeah, there are some crazy 7 league steps in Standard, but Standard doesn't have all flames, and I think it's really cool that he's doing these runs on League, because that is the current one, that's when it's relevant, and then it goes away and something else comes, and it keeps the category kind of fresh. You can do it like patch by patch.
Exactly, yeah. There's something fun about that.
Standard has some crazy stuff, of course. Like, for example, just on the 7 league step right now, he's using a 7 league step with the perfect movement speed corrupt, right? That's at 50% and then 10% on the corrupt. On Standard, you have enchanted items, so you have movement speed enchant, you have Scourge Krangling, so also has movement speed on that, and it could have wait, no, that's it, I think. That's the 2 extra thing. Or is there No, it can't have
Yeah,
Crucible 3 because it's not a weapon.
it's it's Crucible 3 on
No.
weapons and
Oh,
Scourge
and
stuff.
weapons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the extra Scourge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next league was slower due to missing out on the All Flames. Yes, unless they add something else. We of course never know what crazy stuff GGG adds next league, so we'll see.
What if Leap Sound doesn't get stuck on things? You know, it has like a bit more like forces
Yeah.
you to walk or something, or like it just all of the skills, Lightning Warp, Rolling Blades, all of them. They got something like that where like the movement just felt better. I think a lot more people will play it, and it could make options for us too.
MP, I linked to the one of the runs with the skip if you want to show during the skip.
Oh,
Yeah,
here is the perfect Act 6 Brutus Chevron skip. You see, he's standing at basically the same spot as he was in the run, but he just disappears, goes into the boss. He skipped Brutus and full Chevron only phase, and now it's the combined bosses. Unfortunately, this didn't happen in the main run, but yeah, this is an insane skip, but it's really inconsistent, really hard to do. So,
It was happening more often than not, actually. I think we just got unlucky.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the interview, Havoc. It was a fun project. Any final words?
Favorite moments, Havoc?
Favorite moments.
Nice.
It was always fun because like I know we would have a good time. I could kind of tell via the way Bazooka was like talking or not talking sometimes. Like, yo, this is kind of a run, you know. But then I would like force myself to not look at the timer, right? And then just like the surprise every time, especially with the last couple of runs, it's such big jumps consecutively per run. That was a bit insane. So that was kind of a fun moment for sure.
Nice, awesome. All right, well, thank you for this amazing project and collaboration.
Yeah, you too, man.
Every time our paths cross, there is something fun that happens. I feel like last time we seriously like put our heads together was during Delve League, and we grouped up and we pushed to Delve 6000 after I pushed with my group first, and then I joined Havoc's group, and they were the first, or we were the first to push to Delve 6000 in Delve League, and that was fun. And then later on, I think we did some league start stuff one time together, and then and now this, and like pretty much every time it's been something cool that comes out of it. So that was very fun. Thank you for inviting us along, and congrats on the world record. Amazing runs, and hope our paths cross again in the future. GG
Sure
noobs.
they will. GG
See you
noobs.
next time. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, that was fun. I think if you're watching this on YouTube during the first week of upload, I'll probably be live right now, blasting Last Epoch for a week with Snap and the boys. There's gonna be some highlights of that, I'm sure. And then after that, a week after that, it's a new PoE League coming out. So that's coming up next. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Subscribe to Havoc. Links to all of that in the description. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.